Good morning everyone, my name is Michelle. I hope you're doing well. In this video we're going to talk about Donald Wells being arrested, being re-arrested, his probation violation. We're going to get into all of that, and also we're going to talk a little bit about JodiSue and the interview that she had with Chris McDonough, which a lot of you might not have seen, but some of you will. We're going to get into that as well. I've walked through these fields this morning, the ones previously known as the wheat fields, and it is very, very, very wet. It's not rained overnight, but it's starting raining again, so I'm going to head for the safety of the trees over at the temporary water park. Alright, at least we can stay relatively dry. So we're going to start with what the hell went on yesterday with Don Wells in court. I know a lot of people are confused by exactly why Donald Wells was able to walk away from court, in fact drive away from court after his DUI charge. So the local news station to Hawkins County, WJHL, did a short piece yesterday, and I posted that over on my second channel, Michelle Walks, if you'd like to go and check it out. But it's that video that I think has sparked the most comments about why Don has walked away, driven away. Well, I'm in the UK and I'm not a Tennessee resident, so I don't know how strict they are normally with DUI charges and violations of probation. More details are going to come out. I'm going to play you a short clip in a moment from News Nation. Yep, the Summer Wells case, probably due to Donald's ridiculousness, made it onto News Nation now yesterday. They did a 9-minute report on Summer Wells. So that's good, because that has a wider following. Someone told me that it was on Fox News as well, but I can't verify that. I haven't seen it. It also made the British press, the British online press. I don't know about the print media, but certainly the Independent picked up on it. So inadvertently, Donald has opened up the media to discussing Summer's case, which is great. It's fantastic, but it's for all the wrong reasons. All the wrong reasons. And you know, the Wells can put 20-second clips of their remodelled house over on their website, but it doesn't change the fact that Donald is absolutely his own worst enemy. I talked about that in yesterday's video. So for everyone that's confused, let's just go through it and we'll take it step by step. On the evening of the 30th of October, Donald appeared on No Thanks Investigates channel with Chris McDonough was there on the panel and Josh from the lab, and he was visibly intoxicated. He was drinking then. Candice was kicking off. Again, I'm not going to get into that, I've talked about that in a previous video, but he went off the stream, he couldn't reconnect for whatever reason, and he went out to buy cigarettes. The buying cigarettes is according to the family's YouTube channel and website. He went out and he got stopped, and he had an open container of liquor. He told the officer that he was having an argument with his wife. He smelt of alcohol, and the law enforcement officer who stopped him gave him one of those, the side of the road alcohol tests. You know, he smelt of liquor. He couldn't do the walking in a straight line or the walking standing on one leg thing very well, according to the arrest affidavit. Let's see how long I can stand on one leg, because my balance is terrible. I've always wondered about these on-street alcohol tests, because I'm not drunk and I can't stand. My balance is really bad. I've got a brain injury, so my balance is terrible. Anyway, I'm better on my left foot than my right foot. I can walk in a straight line though, I think. Oh, you're not helping. You're not helping. Right, let's do it. No. No, I can't do it. They'd think I was drunk, and I'm not. But anyway, he went to the hospital for blood tests. So, alcohol screening. Hopefully they tested him for other drugs as well. I don't know if they did. He was bonded out. His bond was $5,750, but he paid 10%, so that's $575. I don't know who paid that. I've heard a cousin, I've heard a friend. I don't know who bonded him out. I don't think we can find that out, but I guess it doesn't matter. So then yesterday, Monday morning, he appeared before the judge in Hawkins County Courthouse. And he was only in there about half an hour. And he spoke to the judge and he pled that, you know, I'm not going to be able to pay any bond. You know, I need all my money to pay child support for my 3 sons who are in state care. And yeah, in Tennessee, you have to pay child support. I guess if you can. If you can't, then I don't know what they do. If your child is in state care. I know in a lot of countries, I don't think you have to pay child support in the UK if your child's in state care. I don't know, because it's never happened to me. But yeah, he pled to the judge and he was, you know, heartbroken over summer, and you know, oh dear, woe is me. So he walked out of there bondless. You know, he'd already paid that $575 for the DUI charge and the other things that he was done for. But he was able to wean in the water again. What is that about? Why? So his court date is on February the 6th. And until then, he's out on a promise that he'll turn up for future hearings. So the question everybody's asking is, how come he's got this violation of probation? And how come he's blaming the disappearance of his daughter on his alcoholism? Listen to a 30-second clip from News Nation Now. I'm not going to put the picture on because News Nation Now copyright claim, but I think I'll be okay playing 30 seconds of audio. So here it comes.
We have spoken with him several times, and today I spoke with him off camera, and he did, you know, kind of attribute what happened over the weekend to heartbreak and kind of, I guess, the pressure of his daughter being missing. However, that could change in the coming days and weeks. We do know that he was arrested again today while he was at his arraignment for his DUI charges over the weekend on a violation of probation charge. However, we're not sure what exactly he violated, and we're still waiting on that paperwork. We're told that it could come at any time tomorrow.
If you want to see Cassie having great fun in this temporary water park, she's put a short compilation of her escapades this week on her channel, Springers with Cassie. Go and check it out. So, yeah, this situation's happened because he's heartbroken. And someone in my comments, I don't know whether it was in my Facebook group, link in description if you want to join, or on YouTube, but somebody said, I bet he blames the law enforcement officers, you know, I bet he blames everybody but himself. Well, he's blaming his situation. He's blaming that he's heartbroken over Summer going missing for drunk driving. Well, as I said yesterday, you know, I can understand why Don and Candus are drinking and taking whatever other substances they are, because they're addicts. They were addicts before, long before Summer disappeared, and I guess with the added stress, you know, stress that they don't know what happened to their daughter, that she was abducted, or stress that they're now scared they're going to get found out of what they did to Summer. I don't know which is true. Lots of theories, as we all know. Him drinking, right? Him and Candus drinking and drugging and doing whatever else. You know, they could drink and drug themselves into oblivion. Or they could get help. I hope they get help. But as I said yesterday, I cannot condone drink driving or dangerous driving of anything. I cannot. And to say that the situation occurred, and this was according to Ansley Daniel, the reporter, Don didn't want to be on camera, but he gave a few words to Ansley. You know, he knows Ansley, he's been interviewed by her before, and it's from her that it's because I'm heartbroken, has come out. I find that very selfish, quite honestly. The fact that you're drinking is one thing, but the fact that you could have gone out and killed another person's kid, or a family, or anybody, including yourself. And then when would Summer's case be? If you offed yourself by your ridiculous, childish antics. Don, grow up, for God's sake. Sympathy with your situation if you genuinely had nothing to do with Summer's disappearance, but absolutely no excuse for drunk driving. None whatsoever. However heartbroken you are, don't go out endangering other people's lives. You might not value your own life very much at the moment, but please, Don, I lost a son through a dangerous driver. Don't let that be you going to prison because you killed someone else's kid, right? Take it from one who knows. That's all I'm going to say on that one. So now let's move over to JodiSue. Now, this was in the, I don't know how long it was, 18 hours, 20 hours. It was the final stream in that week-long series that a number of creators were doing to raise money for Summer's Reward Fund. And this, whatever it was, 18-hour stream, I didn't get a chance to watch it because I was doing other things and I was asleep for most of it. So I didn't get a chance to watch it. So I was pleased that Tiffany Marie put on the discussion that JodiSue, who's the neighbour of the Wells, well, the ex-neighbour of the Wells, she used to live at 125 Ben Hill Road, which is the property immediately across Ben Hill Road from 110 Ben Hill Road, the Wells property. She doesn't live there now, I'm not doxing her, and she's the one that allegedly heard the scream. Talked about that in previous videos, many previous videos actually. So JodiSue was on there and she spoke to Chris McDonough for a considerable length of time. So I'm really pleased that Tiffany's got this and put it online because I've never heard it, and I'm wondering how many of my viewers have heard it. You may have heard it when it was on the live, but I've clipped about 5 minutes. So I hope Tiffany Marie doesn't mind. I've got like 3 separate clips, but I've put them all together into 5 minutes. And I'm just playing the audio. I'm going to give you some cute footage of Cassie playing with some, I don't know what it was. So see you in 5 and then we'll discuss.
And so he shows up in a red Subaru. And I'm like, what? You know, and I'm like, hold on. I'm like, so what the hell was that red flash? I was definitely not them earlier. But see, that's what was wrong in my head earlier. And the reason I think I knew something was off with that color red, because the red that went up the driveway before that wasn't shiny. It wasn't candy apple red. It was an off red. It was not right. And that's why I'd asked my son and even brother going, who was that? Because if I'd see, you know what I mean? That's what cued my brain in. But it was like, it took steps to realize, you know?
So that kind of confused you too at that moment.
But the color, I knew it wasn't right. Coming up the driveway earlier, that the red wasn't right, that the clear coat wasn't there. And that's why his mother asked who was that. Because my brain went, you know, that ain't right. looking at the neighbors, because I just, when my son said, oh, well, it's neighbors, I dismissed that too.
Could it have been Don?
I don't think so, because the traction was wrong on it. And it didn't complete the circle.
Between 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, where would you put that in? Is him and is or isn't?
I'd rather not state that publicly.
50-50?
I'm just, I don't know, but it's something that, I just rather not publicly say it, just because my opinion feels way, and I mean, they're already doing things, and that's been my mission from the get-go. It's never about guilt or innocence or speaking on my opinion. Other than to say that I don't think Candus did it, just because of seeing her face that day and her voice and knowing the risk for her and calling 911 even. I feel like she didn't have any good, but I can't speak on or what, I may have missed that day. Because there's all kinds of, I could have missed all kinds of things.
So I have a question for you. Tell me about, what's your impression of that shed down at the bottom of the hill?
Throughout the years that I've been, it was used at first for, guests would stay in it off and on. I think grants would stay here and there. It was never really used a whole lot. At one point, there was somebody living in it for, months. Here and there. But I've never seen anything really weird down there. There's not a whole lot of activity there, especially in the past 2 years or anything. They rarely go down there. It's not someplace anybody hangs out. Even they don't, it's just there, and you don't stay, we would, but all the beach creek would know if somebody was, it's just there. But it is a good place to keep it. It's like everything's weird. He would have went and checked it out.
And so basically, that's a place where family members may stay. And now, how long have you been living there? Did you know the other family members before DNC?
I knew Miss Code. I had met her a couple times, but she was very strange, and I couldn't tell you that we didn't even know she had a son. Thank you, Mother. And we had lived there for several years before we met Candus and Lauren. We knew they were over there, but I hadn't met them and didn't know that that was Miss Code's son. And Baltimore had lived there basically his whole life on 125. I'd been acquainted with 125 property for 26 years. My son was there almost every day with Baltimore's grandmother, babysit while I'd be at work, things like that, and I go pick them up, stuff, whatever. And I rarely seen Miss Code off that hill. I don't remember cars ever coming and going from there. I know that other neighbors inside of our road are the ones that took care of her. I think they said they buried her, and things. I think she had cancer, and then she got MRSA or something and passed. But either way, she was kind of like a little legend around Victoria, because it was a little strange. She was a little strange,
So that last bit at the end there, where they were talking about Mrs. Goad, that's Donald's mother. And I just included that short thing because I was interested in it myself. That there's somebody kind of out here on social media who actually knew Donald's mother. Interesting. She said she was a strange person. I don't know. But I just found that interesting, but not relevant to this. Just, I thought you might find it interesting if you haven't heard it. But what is really important is what she said about the day. So Chris asked her about the shed, and she said, yeah, well, it used to be for guests, and someone lived there for a few months, but there's not much activity now. I found it interesting that Chris even asked her about that shed. He's got a thing for this shed. And does the shed play a part in what happened to Summer? I've speculated, I've theorised that it might do. I don't know. But there's 3 sheds on the Wells property. There's that little one, There's this one that JodiSue's referring to, the one down on Beach Creek. It's right at the edge of the Wells property. And then there's a third shed that no one talks about. We don't know what's in that shed. Anyway, I'm sure law enforcement checked it out when someone went missing. And she said there's not much activity there. Well, if there is or there isn't, I'm going to say it's very clear from this discussion that JodiSue is protecting Don and Candus. She's a friend of Candus. She says she's not a close friend of Candus, but they're neighbours, and they've been neighbours for a long time. And they were there like a night or two before someone disappeared. I think she's biased, very biased, and she's protecting Don and Candus. And she's sure that Candus has nothing to do with it because she was upset. Well, we know Candus can act. How upset exactly was she? And I'm not at all saying JodiSue's lying. I've never said that JodiSue's lying. I just think her interpretation of the events is the thing that we need to think about. In relation to the scream, she thought it was Summer being abducted between 4:30 and 4:42, but her daughter said that it's kids playing. But it's this red truck that was going up the driveway, this red vehicle. And Chris said, could it be Don? And she said, it's difficult to hear. You have to, really concentrate on it. The audio's pretty bad, but she said, I don't want to talk about it. And he pressed her a little bit. And I don't think she's sure. I think she's imagining the colour of the red colour and the fact it wasn't a shiny, bright red colour like the Subaru is. I think she's unsure herself. I think she might think it could be Don. But because she's biasing her view in favour of them, I'm going to say what she saw happened, but how she's interpreted that might not be correct. Obviously, in my opinion. But let me know what you think in the comments below. I've been Michelle. I hope you're doing well. I'll see you in the next video, and it's goodbye from the temporary water park, Miss Tillington and Miss Cassie Springer. Check out their YouTube channels. Bye guys.